welcome to the 2021 CrossFit Shoofly Open results show. We know you've all been dying to see how you stacked up against your peers in the Open this year. We've got a fun show on tap for you tonight. We're going to recap each week of the Open, talking about what the workout was, get the chance to see some photos from the workouts, talk about the top performers. We're also going to get into the results that you're hoping to see of who's taking home the champion of the CrossFit Shoofly Open for the gym. We'll also get a chance to see which dojo is taking home the top spot, whether Cobra Kai made a comeback in week 3 or if Miyagi Dojo was able to hold on. So without further ado, we're going to jump right into it with our first week of the Open, looking at 21.1. Chelsea, tell us a little bit about that week.
All right, so 21.1, back at it after a year off without an Open. And wow, what a great workout to start with, right guys? Like, I mean, come on. Double unders and wall walks, it doesn't get much better. So yeah, it was So it was a shoulder burner for sure and a learning curve. I think even, the first two people that did it, Blair and Jess, took it on Thursday night in the Thursday Throwdown, and they got the short end of the stick on that one because by Monday we knew a lot more about the workout and how to tackle it and how to make it better. The fun part was, though, watching you guys help each other out. Like when we were measuring the floor, everyone's giving each other tips, we're chalking up the lines. It was really cool to see you guys help each other out and just try and get the best possible score that we could. It was also a lot of fun because we just haven't had big events at the gym in a long time. And, you're wondering how it's going to go, that first one, after a big break. And the community came out, and it was awesome to see. I mean, we had a tent in the parking lot for 919 Spine. The beer was flowing from Mason Jar, so it was really awesome to have everybody back and going at full force. It was a good time. Spirit of the Week for week 1 went to Erin Beard. She crushed it. She dressed up. She won the workout for her age group and helped judge and clean up and was just all in it. And it was a good time for sure. We had a lot of other great performers in that workout, though. We'll check out the leaderboard. Maria ran away with it on this one. This was her workout for sure. Street came in second. Dee Lee in third, Brenna pulling it out for 4th place, and Emily got 5th on that one. So a great showing by all those people. And 3rd, 4th, and 5th were separated by 5 points.
Wow.
So that is awesome. That was the 18 to 39, the 40 plus division. Erin Beard won, and then Julie came in 2nd with Dallas in 3rd, Tara in 4th. And Tara and Dallas both finished that workout for scaled, which is just, even scaled, that was intense to finish, yeah. And then we got Jen O'Neill in that 5th spot. For the guys, top spot went to Billy, followed by Christian, and they had a 6 points difference there. They're new to the gym, but they have been in it, and it's fun to watch for sure. 3rd, we had John Beard, and then 4th, Gabe, and Doug Notini pulling out a 5th place spot there. Men's 18 to 39, we had Brad with the win, Deshaun close in 2nd, 3rd was Michael Turner, 4th Edwin, and 5th Ryan Batts. Good job to everybody that came out and crushed that workout.
Yeah, so that takes us right into week number 2, 21.2, which we came to find out was 17.1. Everybody's 2 favorite movements, dumbbell snatches and burpee box jump overs. Somehow Street must have been in Dave Castro's ear because if you've been coming to Shoofly on Fridays leading up to the Open, about 3 weeks before we got a chance to find out what the workout was and tackle it, we did it on a Friday. So everybody felt that pain again 3 years later.
I honestly thought, when I was like, oh, these 2 movements might show up, but this workout won't show up. So we'll just practice it at the gym because it'll be like a workout, but it won't show up. And then when it got announced on week 2, everyone turned and looked at me, and I was like, But then I was like, you know what? You're welcome, because now you know what to expect.
Yeah, and I think everybody was prepared, and they knew that this was probably not going to be the most enjoyable experience to really push it hard. The Thursday Throwdown was great. We had a family affair, John versus EB. I think it's everybody's favorite matchup at the gym. Whenever they're in class together, We love seeing them go head to head, and the Thursday Throwdown was no different. John came out hot out of the gates, and everybody was like, is he going to hold this pace? He did not. But what was really cool about this one was EP finished it. And she said that was her first time finishing that workout. She'd done it twice and didn't get a chance to finish either one. So she finished it on Thursday, which was really cool to see, and everybody was there cheering her on.
I knew she could do it. I was her judge, and she was like, "Well, I've never finished this workout," and I was like, "Oh, well, we finishing it tonight," and we did. She did so good.
Yeah, and the theme for the week was Character Week. We allowed people to dress up in whatever their favorite character was. So John and EB kicked it off with some superheroes. But I got to tell you, the costumes for this week were phenomenal. I thought everybody did such a good job. And I think one of the highlights for a lot of people came from Anna, Catherine, and Kristen, who dressed up as Maria. And what was amazing about that is they looked just like her. Like, their outfits were on point where people were coming up behind them and being like, Maria. And it wasn't Maria, it was Kristen.
They even had the tattoos.
That was Kristen was more Maria than Maria was that day.
For sure.
And then when we got into the actual workout on Saturday, everybody did such a great job. We were kind of joking that we didn't know that picking the sponsors was going to align to the workout. So with 919 in week 1, everybody's neck and shoulders were pretty sore. Well, after this workout, everybody's backs were pretty blown up, but thankfully Rob from Myology was there to take care of people and help them out. And then we also had Cultivate Coffee helping out as well to make sure people were caffeinated for the workout and giving out some gift cards. So those are some of the highlights from the week. One of the cool experiences from this week as well was our Spirit of the Week winner, Donna Albertone. She did this workout RX. I remember she came up to me before the workout and said, I have a chance to do this workout RX. What do I do? Do I do the 20-pound dumbbell, which might be a little bit more challenging, or do the 10-pound dumbbell and probably get a better workout? Told her it was up to her. The Open's about creating those opportunities to do something you don't normally do. So she did it RX. It was her first Open workout RX, and she did such a phenomenal job. So we had to give her that Spirit of the Week award winner.
Absolutely.
And that's going to take us to our top performers from this particular workout. It wasn't necessarily a workout that people wanted to do twice, but a few people did. One of those people coming from the women 18 to 39 division was Dee Lee, and what she did on this workout is nothing short of incredible. She finished with a score of 11:24, which no one else got under 12 minutes. No one else was within a minute of her on this workout. So great work from Dee Lee. And you can see some of our other top scores here in the mid 12-minute range. Emily coming in at 14:33, Allie coming in at 14:44, Blair at 16:23. So you can see a lot of RXs for this workout and a lot of people finishing, which is really cool to see. As we turn the page then to our women's 40 plus, once again, a lot of RXs on this particular workout and some incredible finishes. Kim Papp tops the list here, Liz Carlson, EB, Donna doing it RX. So a lot of great performances from the women's 40 plus division. As we turn the page to the men's 40 plus, you can see a lot of great performances as well. Doug finishing it in 17:35, Christian 18:15, Billy 18:41, John 2:12. Got really close to finishing that one on Thursday night, but a great performance nonetheless. And finally, let's take a peek at our men's 18 to 39 division. So 12:50 was the top time for these men, followed by 15:59 for Chris Garrett, Deshaun hitting 16:07, Michael Turner 17:50, Edwin 18:54, and then Thomas finishing it at 19:50. So a really tough workout, a great week for the second week of the Open. And then that takes us into our final week of the Open, only a 3-week Open this year. So tell us a little bit about week 3.
Yeah, so week 3, I feel like was probably most people's favorite.
Yeah.
It was a very interesting workout. It was one that we had not done before, so it was nice not to have to do a repeater. And of course, Dave Castro always likes to surprise people. So, he announces 21.3 and then creepily announces 21.4. So two very different workouts. The first one is very gymnastic heavy. So what was interesting about it is that you're on the barbell, you're doing 15 front squats, and then you have a gymnastics movement for 30 reps, depending on what division you're in, and then you're back on the barbell for thrusters, and then you get this 1-minute rest. So it was really nice to have a built-in rest in a workout. So it made it very different than the other 2 workouts that we just did. And then if you finished it, your 7 minutes for 21.4 started immediately after that. And you had to hit a heavy complex, and that complex was a deadlift, a clean from the ground, a clean from the hang, and then a jerk, push jerk, split jerk, whatever. And it was so grippy. And then you also didn't have any legs, and you're also struggling to breathe. So it was just like chaos at the end. And you have to load your own bar. So there were so many components that made this workout fun, but also like terrible at the same time.
I love that. I think at Shoofly, we love the barbell. So we were like, please give us a barbell, please.
Yeah.
And then we got a large amount of barbell. And then at that complex, everybody was like, I was hoping to lift a lot more than I did, but there was just not a lot in the tank to do it. So
No, definitely not. I will say the throwdown between Edwin and Jacob was really good. Those two were matched well, and they both did really well. And Jacob did the scale version, and it was so funny because he finishes 15 of his high knees, and he's so ready to go back to the barbell that he runs over his barbell, and Kelly's like, nah, bro, like you gotta do 30 reps. And so that workout, I think people were just so excited to do it that they were like being shot out of a cannon, and it was really fun to watch. The theme for this week was also really awesome, kind of matched this workout really well. It was drag. And drag week, like you could interpret that however you wanted to. We had so many good costumes. I have to say though, the Tiger King crew was the best.
Yeah.
Like Kelly got out of her vehicle on Saturday morning, and I thought it was Joe Exotic. Like I was like, there he is in real life. So it was really good. And then EB, of course, coming as a tiger. So, you know, drag is all about just being fabulous, and they were very fabulous. Yes. It was good. Our sponsors for that week were Black Dog Bottle Shop and Peak Performance. It was really nice to have Catherine there, the owner of Black Dog, actually competing in the workout. It's really nice to see the sponsors also getting into the workout. So that was great. And then we had the raffle, which was awesome that people could go and get those services, right? Peak Performance is great physical therapy, and I would say after the entire Open, I need all of our sponsors. I need it. 919's fine. I need Magic, and I need Peak Performance. Yeah. I need it all. Yeah. And I need all the beer from Mason Jar and Bottle Shop. Yeah. So we really did it. We really did a great job of sponsors this Open. So I will say some of the highlights for me would be watching everybody on the barbell. I really enjoyed that, and I also enjoyed in week 3 we had a food truck, and it was called Gangster Vegan. Oh my gosh, it was so good. I had the nachos, and it was like fake meat, but it was like cashews, and it was really flavorful. So it was really cool to experience that. And then Spirit of the Week went to Adam. Adam did awesome. He showed up in some pretty short shorts with his purple hair, and he repurposed the Maria Codespoti tank. So I thought, oh my gosh, very good. He also performed awesomely in that workout. When he got to the barbell, I saw him loading it. He hit it, and I think it surprised him. And he was like, "Oh, I'm going up." And he hit a number that he probably wouldn't even hit in class. So that was really cool to watch. I would say other like top performers. It was really cool to see Heather hit 10 bar muscle ups and then hit a major 170 complex in 21.4. That was really cool. Yeah. But let's pan away and kind of check out the actual leaderboard. We have the women 18 to 39. This workout was kind of written for me. I was supposed to do good on that first part, so I edged Maria by a little bit, and then you'll see Maria at 14:30, and then Deely almost finishing this workout. Other top performers would be Emily Marshall, who really crushed those bar muscle ups. I got to witness her do this workout, and those are probably the best bar muscle ups I've ever seen her do. And it was in the middle of an exhausting workout. And then we have Heather McLean, who also tied Emily. They got the same score, and both of their bar muscle ups were just on point. Looked so good. And then if we scan over to the women's 40 plus, Erin Beard took that top spot. I'll have to say that her muscle ups looked very good as well. And then Liz Carlson in second, Julie Pat in third, and then Donna Albertone coming in strong there in the fourth, and then Heather Johnson for fifth. If we pan over to the men's 40 plus, in first place we're looking at Christian Meekums. who also got pretty deep into this workout. And then only 2 reps behind him is John Beard. And then only 1 rep behind John was Billy. And then we have Doug Notini, who's just a few reps as well behind him. All these guys going at RX. And then Fernando as well, also doing this workout RX and coming into that 5th place spot. And then we have the men 18 to 39. In first place, Brad Marshall. Also got to watch Brad do this workout. It was crazy because it was the day after competition. We weren't really sure how it was going to go.
Yeah.
And it went really well. So sometimes when you're the most sore and the most tired is when you do the best.
Yeah.
That's what happened here. And then in second place, we have Michael Turner, who also came very close to finishing this workout. Nico is in 3rd, Chris Garrett in 4th, and poor Chris with his broken hands from this competition. He had barely any skin on his hands, and then his ribs had rips when this workout was over with. And then in 5th place, we had Edwin, who also redid this workout, so good on him. So that is your standings for 21.3. Now, if we're looking at 21.4, this would be after when we have to lift that barbell. In women's 18 to 39, Maria crushed it. She got 175 pounds. And then in second place, so close to her 5 pounds, was 170 by Heather McLean. I will have to say, Heather's lift looked pretty easy. She probably could have done 170. And then we got Danielle Lee coming in 3rd at 165. Jess at 156, just getting 1 more pound than me.
Yeah.
Don't act like I don't see that, Jess. I see what you did.
Those change plates came in
Yeah,
handy.
they came in real handy. And then I came in at that 5th place spot. And then if we look at that 40 plus, Erin Beard crushing a 146 pound complex. She again looked like she could have went even heavier than that. Then we have Liz Carlson coming in at 125. Julie Papp with a 101.
There you go.
Yeah, just like the Dalmatians.
digits.
Yeah. And then we have Chris Bondivore, who came in at 95. Chris has done nothing but talk crap to me about making her do 95 pounds because I walked over there in my Maryland costume and she was like, "Don't you have somewhere to be?" And I was like, "Nah, I'm right here. I'm right here waiting for you to do this 95. And then Heather Johnson also coming in at 5th, doing 95 pounds. If we look at the men 40 plus, you'll see Christian Meekums at the top. He hit that 215. Billy is right behind him at 205. Fernando hitting a 185. And also Adam, who got Spirit of the Week, hitting 185. And then John Beard at 176. I believe John had put 186 on his score to try and jump up there at the end, and he narrowly missed the jerk. So close, he went for it. And then we're looking at the men 18 to 39. Brad coming in with a huge score, 257. Michael Turner not far behind, 230, tying Edwin for that 3rd place at 230. Chris Garrett in 4th, and Nico in that 5th place spot. Awesome job, guys. 21.3 and 4 was a huge hit, and everyone did really well.
Yeah. So that's a recap of our 3 weeks of the Open, what happened each week. Now we're going to dive into what I'm assuming a lot of people are tuning in to find out, and that is, where did you stack up when it comes to our Shoofly Open? So we're going to kick it off by focusing on the female 18 to 39 division. And if you've been following along, you probably have seen this was our largest division of any of the divisions we had during the Open. And it was also probably one of our most competitive. The top spots were only separated by just a few points. So let's go ahead and take a look at the results from this division. So after you can see here, after all of the scores have been tabulated, the 2021 Shoofly Open champion for this division is Blair Jacobs. She was able to complete all 3 workouts. She was a major help with cleaning, judging, dressing up, posting on social media, and she earned a large amount of points through all of these different ways. We were able to catch up with the 2021 champion to hear more about her experience with the Open, so let's hear from Blair Jacobs. And joined by Blair Jacobs. Blair is the 2021 CrossFit Shoofly Open champion for our women's 18 to 39 division. So Blair, thank you so much for spending some time with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
So Blair, tell us a little bit about what your Open experience was like this year. So we had a 3-week Open at Shoofly, and so tell us a little bit more about what it was like for you this year.
Honestly, it kind of felt like the first Open that I actually competed in. The last one was back in 2019, even though it was the 2020 Open. But that one I was very, like, I think I was only a few months into CrossFit, and so didn't really step into it. But this year I definitely did, with doing a Thursday night throwdown, doing a WOD in RX, and um, gaining some new skills during these past 3 weeks. So it's been quite new and very exciting.
Yeah, and I know you've had a great year of training and working out, being very consistent at Shoe Fly. Showed up, like you said, had a chance to do a workout RX throughout the Open, which is really exciting. This year we had the Miyagi Dojo versus Team Cobra Kai. You represented Team Miyagi Dojo, and that first Thursday throwdown, you signed up right away, not knowing what the workouts were going to be or anything like that. So tell us a little bit about that Thursday throwdown experience with the first Open workout of the year.
Yeah, that was probably a little bit more nerve-wracking than I anticipated, even though it is just another workout. It's not really different from any other day, but with the anticipation and just the excitement, was a little anxious beforehand with not knowing things, but it came to the time. I warmed up as much as I probably could and just did the workout. And then afterwards, I'm like, yeah, it was a workout. So
Just like every other day at the gym.
yeah.
So tell us a little bit more about what would you say was the highlight for you throughout this Open experience? A lot of different weeks and workouts to choose from, as well as some of the different themed weeks we had. What stood out to you as the highlight of your Open experience this year?
Yeah, well, like I mentioned, there was a lot of firsts that happened this year, but I think the biggest highlight was being with the gym community after the past year that we've all had, um, and seeing everybody come together to do these workouts on Saturdays and for the Thursday night throwdowns, and just seeing all the costumes and everything. So, if I had to whittle it down to one specific thing, I would have to say it would be the Marias.
Yeah, week two, we had three folks dressing up just like Maria. That was actually pretty fun because Kristen in particular looked almost just like
Hmm.
you couldn't even tell.
The
But I love,
hair was on point.
yeah, it was awesome. And so throughout the weeks, we had three different workouts. Any of them stand out to you as your favorite workout that you got to tackle? 21, 1, 2, or this past week where we had a chance to do two workouts, 21, 3, and 21, 4.
I like 21 too
Mm.
because it was the dumbbell and the burpee box jump overs, and that's my zone. And the fact that I could RX that and also do pretty well at it for my first attempt, because I guess it was 17.21,
17.1, yeah.
yeah. Because I didn't do it the previous week. I would have to say that one's my favorite.
Yeah, and as a gym, pretty fortunate that we had a chance to tackle that one just 3 weeks before
Hmm.
the Open started. So everybody got a little taste of it to see what it was actually going to feel like. But I think that was a really cool workout that a lot of people did get a chance to RX that one and see where they stack up from
Yeah.
years past. So being the 2021 CrossFit Shoofly Open champion, what does that mean to you? Tell us a little bit about letting that feeling sink in a little bit. What does that mean to you to be the champion of our Open series for this year?
Honestly, I wasn't expecting this. Um, I, participated in the open as best as I could and wasn't really expecting to be the champ. But I'm very excited about that. And I guess what it means to me is that I kind of got some big shoes to fill as I continue my training and, competing a little bit more. Um, I feel like I've made it a bit of a name for myself and kind of got to back it up.
That's right. Now that you've got the crown, everybody's going to be coming for it over
Yeah.
the course of the next year. So it was awesome having you on today. Thank you for spending some time with us. Congratulations on winning the Open this year. It's great to have the participation, like you said, come through, dressing up, participating in the Thursday Throwdown, cleaning up, judging, doing all those things,
Mhm.
and also completing all the workouts throughout the course of those 3 weeks. So
Mhm.
congratulations, and thank you so much for taking some time with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
And with that, we're going to make a transition over to the male 18 to 39 division and find out what happened in that one.
So the males 18 to 39, this is a little bit of a smaller division than the ladies side, but still very competitive. Some of the outfits from the Open that were the best came from this group. So they got a lot of points.
Guys out, thighs out, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah.
like the saying is.
Yeah, I'm glad it was just the thighs. So let's take a look at these results if we cut over to the leaderboard. And as you can see, our champion for this year's Shoofly Open is Jacob Jacobs. So definitely a family affair at the top of the podium for the 18 to 39 division. And once again, we had the chance to catch up with the champ to learn more about his experience.
And I'm joined now by Jacob, who is our men's 18 to 39 champion of the CrossFit Shoofly Open. Jacob, thank you for taking some time to spend with us today.
Yeah, thank you.
So we want to jump right into what your experience was like at the Open this year. It was a different type of Open, only 3 weeks long, pushed it back a little bit. So it was in March this year. So tell us a little bit about what your Open experience was like.
So I had a blast this year. This is my second Open. So for me, it was a huge jump to be able to see my progress over the last couple of years. Being able to do 2 out of the 3 workouts RX was a huge thing for me. I really enjoyed it. I also enjoyed it being in March and not the bitter cold of October, November. So that was a lot more enjoyable as well. I had a great time.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned it moving to March. It was a little bit warmer. It was nice to have the doors open. We got a chance to do some of the workouts inside and outside, which is always a joy. And you also mentioned it being your second Open and seeing some of that progress. I know you're somebody who's been very consistent in coming to the gym. So any particular area where you noticed the most progress or the most gain over the last year compared to your first Open?
Yeah, definitely. So one for me, since the first Open, I've gotten double unders. So when doing 21.1, I was able to do that one RX instead of having to do single unders. But the other thing for me, one of my big weaknesses has always been kind of muscle endurance and longer workouts or cardio pieces. So getting into the 21.2, being able to actually move through all of those burpee box jump overs, they were very slow. But 2 years ago with the Open going into 2020, that's something to where I would have just spent half the workout leaning over, dying on the floor. But I was really able to pace it and kind of keep consistent and move the entire time, which for me was a big thing that I couldn't have done a year and a half ago.
Yeah, it's amazing how helpful it can be to be able to move consistently, especially with lightweight or just body weight type of movements.
Oh yeah.
And so for you, when you think about these last 3 weeks, what would you say are some of the highlights or maybe the highlight for you as you think back on it?
Yeah, so for me personally, the biggest highlight was being able to, in a competition setting, do some of those things that I kind of been training and working at, and being able to challenge and push myself. The other big one was in 21.3, being able to do the chest to bar. That was actually the first workout I ever done chest to bar in a workout. So being able to go through all the training and all that, and be able to put into the workout. But specifically for this year, holistically, the biggest highlight for me was seeing all the dressing up that people were doing. It was hilarious seeing Adam rock a wig and do chest to bar, and the whole Tiger King crew that showed up last week was that was the highlight for me. Just that gym community. That's always the biggest highlight for me at Shoofly.
Yeah, I think that's a common theme that we're hearing come up is people really enjoying some of the dressing up, the participation, the judging, the clean, all of those things went into it to make it a really great community atmosphere. You mentioned 21.3. You actually got to do our Thursday throwdown. So
Yep.
walked into that workout was a little different than maybe the other weeks because of the announcement coming earlier. You had a little bit of an idea of what you wanted to do when you went into that. Talk us a little bit
Yep.
about what your experience was like doing the Thursday throwdown with Edwin.
It was a lot of fun doing it on Thursday. Normally the Open competitions, you've got, your judge and a couple people that, aren't either cooling down from their comp or warming up for it, being able to cheer you on. But, having a larger gym community there was really cool. That's the first time I've ever been in a setting like that where it's kind of just me and one other person competing and people kind of cheering on. So that was a lot of fun. It was definitely different knowing the workout, much earlier in advance. I was able to watch the announcement earlier in the day, kind of strategize. I got to spend like an hour warming up, knowing exactly what I was going to do. So it definitely made it a lot easier than seeing the announcement at 8 and doing the workout at 8:30.
Yeah, it also helps, especially in that setting, having a barbell. And when you get to do a heavy lift, you've been coming to Barbell Club, but it's also fun to have a group of people cheering and yelling for you to move
Oh
some
yeah.
heavy weight. I always think that helps make the barbell move a little bit easier, especially as the weight goes up.
Yeah, definitely. It's always fun hitting a big lift in front of people.
Yeah. And so when you think back on these 3 weeks of the Open, is there any workout in particular that stands out to you as your favorite of the three?
Um, my favorite of the three would probably be 21.2.
Hmm.
I love a dumbbell workout. That's one of those things I can move pretty easily. And I did a lot better on it than I thought I was going to do. So that would definitely be a favorite. The one that stands out the most is actually 21.3. Anytime you put me and Kelly on a workout together, something's going to be wrong. And after doing the workout, we realized that I'd put on too much weight, and I did like a weight in between scaled and RX. Um, so it's always fun when me and Kelly are together on a workout.
Yeah, that's one of those times where the judge gets just as excited as you do, and
Yeah.
we want to see you do well. And all of a sudden, maybe you moved on to the next movement a little too soon, or weight might be a little off on the barbell. But it was good to see you be able to overcome that.
Yeah.
So one more question for you here. You are the 2021 CrossFit Shoofly Open champion for the 18 to 39 division. How does that sit with you? What sort of things come to mind as you think about being the champion of the division?
It's really cool. I'm a super competitive person, just naturally. So I always compete. I'm not the strongest or the fittest person at the gym, but after that worksheet came out after week one and I saw that I was in the lead, I was like, okay, I'm dressing up for everything. I'm cleaning everything. So it's always cool to see the results on the other end. But for me, it's really cool and really fun to be the champion of such a good event. You guys, all the coaches and everyone at the gym put on a great event. So it's really cool to be a part of that.
Yeah, and we'd love to see you rocking the swag as well. So we've got the Miyagi Dojo representing, who,
Yeah.
as you'll probably see coming up in our update show here, who's going to take home the top spot. But it was great having you, a member of Team Miyagi Dojo, and congratulations on winning the championship this year.
All right. Thank you.
And we'll transition over to the females 40 plus. All right, this was an awesome division to coach and judge because, first of all, these ladies were competitive and they had some things to do. And the majority of them did the workout in their costume, which was a lot of fun. Like each week, they were doing it in their costume. So we'll take a look at the leaderboard to see how these women stacked up. You can see here the highest point total of the Open goes to Erin Beer. Yeah, Evie took part in the Thursday throwdown. She dressed up each week. She completed all the workouts RX. And she is always hanging out at the gym, probably longer than John would like. But when she's there, she's helping clean and judge and just participate. And it's always a joy to have her there. We had a chance to catch up with her. So let's hear from Evie.
Our women's 40 plus champ for the Shoofly Open. Thank you so much for taking some time to spend with us today.
Thank you for meeting with me. Yeah.
Yeah. And so this year was a little bit different in terms of how we trained leading up to the Open. We had a nice 3-week Open. Being the champ of the division, I want to hear, what was your experience like going through the Shoofly Open this year over those 3 weeks?
Well, first of all, I'm just really happy that they had the Open this year. I love the Open every year. And COVID, has really affected all of us for the last year. So being able to compete and be in the gym and see all that exciting competition was awesome. I think this year what Shoofly did, what you guys came up with us for the competition, not just the workouts, but the themed weeks and the points for cleaning and stuff. I think it was so much fun. And of course, my favorite workout, the final workout was great. So I had a great experience. It's, my first year as a 40-year-old in the Open. So that was different, but yeah, I love the Open.
Yeah, and that's speaking to a couple of those points there. It sounds like you already highlighted one of your favorite moments or some of those favorite moments from the Open. So maybe talk to us a little bit more about your highlight moment, or what was your favorite moment from the Open, whether it was a workout or the community or anything over these last 3 weeks.
Yeah, so definitely, on Team Miyagi Dojo, I am a teacher's pet. So getting to do all the stuff to score those points and help my team, and then and competing in the Open was great. I think the highlight for sure, like I said, was week 3. But I'll start with week 1. Like week 1, double unders, not my jam. I don't mind a wall walk, but double unders, just not my favorite thing. I'm still working on those. They'll probably always be a work in progress for me. And then week 2, I don't love to jump on a box. there's risk for injury there. But yeah, I got through that one. It's my third time doing that workout. And then the first time I was actually able to finish it. I got a little scared of streets. So I think that probably pushed me into the burpees faster than I might have done on my own. So that's part of the open, and the magic in the open is, doing things that you didn't know you could do. And then so for the third workout, it was just so much fun. I love the gymnastics part. I love the stuff on the rig. I love toes to bar. I don't love a chest to bar, but I did them in singles and chipped away at them. And then the muscle ups, those are just so much fun. And then a barbell. Finally, we got a barbell. So yeah, it was a great open.
That's awesome. And one of the things you mentioned was it was your third time doing the dumbbell burpee box jump over workout. That
Yeah.
was on the week that you volunteered to do our Thursday throwdown. So maybe talk to us a little bit about what that experience was like, showing up to the gym, not knowing what the workout was going to be. And then when you actually heard that it was a workout you've already done 2 times before, talk us through a little bit
Yeah.
about that experience.
So I don't love going on Thursdays. I like to be able to digest it a little bit, of course, and see how others do and hear their tips and tricks. But it was exciting to be Wonder Woman on that night and to have John beside me as Superman. But then when I heard it was that workout and we had just done it a few weeks earlier, and it took me 20 seconds past the time cap to finish it a couple weeks ago, and I just, like, my heart sank a little because I want to put on a show if I'm going to be part of the Thursday night throwdown. And I was like, this is just not going to be fun. But, I had my hose over there, my friends like cheering me on. I could hear them, and I got street. Like, at one point, I thought she might smack me in the butt with that clipboard if I didn't get down and get those burpees done. But I just love competition and doing it on a Thursday night, just having all those people cheering, and we all get excited when each other have those feats. And that was definitely a feat for me. So it's great.
And then you said your favorite workout was actually the last one, 21-3 and 21-4. So a nice little two-parter there. So talk us through a little bit about what maybe your strategy was or how you went about that workout, maybe why it was your favorite workout of the open, and just tell us a little bit
Yeah.
about that.
Well, definitely, I love the gymnastics. I prefer a thruster over a wall ball. So thank goodness that it had the barbell in there. Um, And I don't mind the front squats if they're lightweight. I'll rep something out, but I don't like a heavy single. Although the clean and jerk at the end, I don't mind a heavy single like that, especially because they gave the option for it to be power, which
Mm-hmm.
everybody that knows me at Shoofly knows I do not like a full squat. It's not me. I love the power of the power clean, power snatch. That's what I like. So yeah, starting out with the thrusters and then the toes to bar. I love toes to bar, and I had told Street, because she was my judge going in, that I was going for 87654, and that would get me there. But I know personally that the first set of toes to bar that I do is always my best and the most by far consecutive after that. So I hit 14. I felt good. I was like, oh, this is gonna be all right. And it didn't wear me out that much. The weather was nice. I got to do it outside on my favorite bar, my favorite part of the rig. So that was great. Chest to bars are hard for me to connect. I can sling myself up there over and over, but I got to come off the bar. So I did 30 singles, got those done. And then the muscle ups, I just love doing the muscle ups. I want to get better at those and, be able to connect them. But that first one, I kind of shocked myself. Normally I catch myself on the ribs and I'll have a bruise, even though I don't even feel it in the moment. But I was able to really get myself over that bar and not have to hit myself in the ribs. So I got 6 of them and I'm happy with that. And yeah, so 40 was good. The open was good. 21.3 and 21.4 were definitely my favorite.
Yeah, and it's funny. I think when everybody saw them, they were a little nervous about those final workouts. But then as we got into them, we're like, this feels like CrossFit. Every movement in there was just like classic CrossFit. Love the rep scheme. And so it's fun that you got a chance to get to the bar muscle ups and complete a few of those, and then get a chance to do some power cleans and then put something overhead, which is awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. And I love, I feel like at Shoofly, we are really spoiled with our great coaches. And I think you guys always have us prepared for the new challenges and for the open, especially in Murph. And like, we're getting ready for Murph now, but I just think we're ready. And the skill involved in the last workout was something that you guys teach us. And it's great to be able to put that into the open.
Yeah, it's
'Cause-
fun when all that preparation and consistency pays off and it
Yes.
shows up, especially when you get an opportunity to put it on display.
Yeah.
So one more question for you today.
All right.
2021
Uh-huh.
CrossFit Shoofly Open champion. What does that mean to you? How does that sit with you?
Well, I'm a very competitive person, so I love winning anything, and I'm honored. Yeah. So I did. I turned 40 in November last year, and so this was, and you guys did the new age groups, and so I was a little scared because I left behind my some of my favorite fellow gym peoples in the 30s and the 20s, but it's nice to still um, be competitive in the older age group. So that's nice. I love it. I don't know. I don't know what else to say about that. It gets scary because you want to keep having a PR. And then, the older you get, you're like, oh, when's that plateau going to get there? But I think with CrossFit, it's so neat because there's always milestones to hit, and I don't think I've plateaued yet. I still have goals and things that I think I can do. And I think age is just a number. So
I love that. And I love what you said there about there's always something new to hit, always something new to achieve. And I think that's one of the cool things about the Open is it gives us the opportunity to see where we're at, but also gives us a little bit of encouragement or excitement about where we can go. And even hitting the new age division for you, still coming through and having, I would say, probably your best Open performance. You were able to RX all three workouts, competed in the
yeah.
Thursday Throwdown, helped out a lot at the gym. So a very
Yeah.
much well earned and well deserved championship for you.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it was great.
Well, thanks so much
Wonderful
for spending
experience.
time with us today, EB. We look forward to seeing
Yeah.
you at the gym.
All right. See you guys. Thanks.
All right, and next up, we've got the male 40 plus division.
Yeah, so the male 40 plus division, also a very contested division. The top spots just separated by a few points. So let's go ahead and cut away to the leaderboard so you can see for yourself how this division shook out. Every engagement mattered throughout these 3 weeks, whether it was one extra judging spot, one extra time you cleaned, whether you dressed up, everything went into factor who is taking home the top spot. And you can see that this year's top spot is going to Adam by winning Spirit of the Week, completing all the workouts, bringing the fun and the beer to party each week. That went a long way to helping Adam win this year's top spot. So with that, we were able to catch up with Adam to learn a little bit more about his Open experience. So let's hear from Adam. And now I am joined with our men's 40 plus CrossFit Shoofly Open champion, Adam. Thanks so much for being with us today. Appreciate you taking some time.
Yeah, it was a little easier to wake up this morning knowing I'm a champion. So
Adam,
whatever that means.
Yeah, and this was a really cool experience because being a rookie to CrossFit and this is being your first Open, having a chance to stand atop the podium. Tell us a little bit about what your Shoofly Open experience was like.
So full disclosure, Street kind of forced me into this because I think not her exact words, but to paraphrase, it was, Adam, if you don't do this and dress up every time, I'm going to be fully disappointed. So I felt like I had to do it. But it was great. And honestly, what I told some like friends, because of course I can't help myself but to post stupid pictures online, but friends are like, dude, what are you doing? And the whole like the theme week that we did every week, as I explained to them, it was one of the great things that allowed us to kind of get through the suck of the workouts. At least we were there and we were all having fun. And, that's my kind of stuff. I like to work hard and play hard. If I can use a complete cliche, but it was a really great experience. And, Saturday workouts have been my favorite for a while because it's such a community driven event in itself. Like we have our regular classes that we go to during the week, but like those Saturdays are when we get to see everybody from all the other classes. And it's kind of like this cool thing. And this was that, but it was amplified because not only were people doing their workouts, they were there early and cheering other people on, and they were staying later and cheering people on. It was just a really fun, painful, but fun experience.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that because I think you and Josh set the bar so high week one, rolling in with your outfits, and
Yeah.
then cracking a beer right before you jumped into the workout, which I think just set the tone for the type of open it was going to be. A lot of fun. The dress up costumes were on point, and like you said, just making sure everybody was having a good time, everybody supporting each other, which is really what the open's all about. So when you think back on your experience, what would you say is the highlight of that 3-week open extravaganza you went through?
Getting to dress up.
Did you have a favorite outfit that you put on?
I mean,
Each week.
what other CrossFit gyms do you know that has a member with like a dress up box at his place of employment, right? So no, I mean that was fun, and you know that kind of stuff to me at least, like that energy breeds other energy, and yeah, you're probably gonna feel weird walking in, a little awkward walking in until you see everybody else there fully embracing that. So that was a lot of fun. And I mean, I'm going to keep coming back to it. The community aspect of this, just the building of that community. I mean, that's why I have a brewery here. That's why we do restaurants. Like I'm passionate about that. Like I'm passionate about building community and positive culture. And Shoofly has that as well. And the open was intimidating until I actually found out what it was, if that makes sense. And having the full experience of the themes and extra participation, like cleaning and judging and you know, that I guess that total package, it kind of made everything much more accessible. It wasn't just about going out and killing yourself on a workout or feeling inadequate because you can't RX the certain workout. Like I don't know if I RX one. I think I RX the middle one, and that was the worst one. That thing sucked. But like, hey, I mean, I got to do all this other stuff and have a whole lot of fun and get to know more people that I wasn't really familiar with before that. And the whole thing was just like all of that. If I can quantify all that together, it made for a great experience.
Yeah, and I think that's something that we've been very fortunate to hear consistently. Is we had our largest sign up group ever this year with 67 folks. We had a ton of people. You know, you having this be your first open experience and taking home a Spirit of the Week award for our 3rd week, which is great. I think, like you said, being able to participate, dress up, do the workouts at whatever level you can, and have the focus be on just the community and encouragement is really what it's all about. So one more thing we'll get from you before we let you go here is, so as you look ahead to 2021, you are now the 40 plus CrossFit Shoofly Open champion. How does that sit with you? What does that mean to you?
Well, once I get over the whole 40 plus aspect of it that I've been living with for over a year now, I guess it's something to, I don't even know. You texted me the other night. You're like, you're the champion. I'm like, what? How? I don't even, okay. So I told my breweries, like, let me get this straight. Not from your athletic prowess, but because you dressed up like a woman one time, you take home the championship. I'm like, well, yeah. He goes, that sounds about right. Sounds about like you. So, I mean, now that everybody knows, hopefully this will inspire other people to, you know, I guess, go even more out. I mean, several people were really involved, and it was so fun to see. Sorry, I just hit my computer screen. It was so fun to see everybody's like costumes and participation. But I hope it will, you know, inspire people next year to be like, well, this guy doesn't care about what people think of him. I'm going to see how ridiculous I can be, and that's I guess that's my goal. You know, live out loud there and just don't worry about who's going to judge you, because if you're having fun, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I love it. And I would say, like I said before, all those costumes you put on, a lot of the fellas brought the thighs out for that last week when they got a chance to dress up like their significant others, which was fun to see. Mason Jar Lager was a huge help in sponsoring some of the different weeks and always bringing over some nice beverages for people to enjoy. So Adam, congratulations on winning this year. Thanks so much for being a part of the Shoofly Open, and we look forward to continuing to see you this upcoming year.
Thanks, Brad. My mom is so proud right now.
And that brings a wrap to our individual champions for the Shoofly Open for 2021. But there is an overall winner. We had 2 dojos that signed up, Cobra Kai and Miyagi Dojo. Chelsea, maybe you could tell us a little bit about how did we come up with the theme for this year? Because it took some people a while to get on board with it. Some people just dove right in. They're like, I am so fired up. And a lot of people were like, I'm not sure yet. So where did we come up with the theme this year?
Well, as everybody knows in my noon class, I like to talk about what I'm watching on Netflix. And I actually did not watch the Cobra Kai series on Netflix, except as I was falling asleep and Eric was watching it. But in the gym, everybody was loving it. They were super into the 80s style show with the bad acting and children fighting each other. And I was like, well, let's run with it. You know, we can do something here. And so yeah, we put it all together. I think it came out well. I think that the shirts sold themselves.
I was gonna say it made for some really good T-shirts.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, once I come up with a theme, it's not too hard to get the design in my head, and then I tell Blair, and Blair rolls her eyes at me. But hey, she did a great job. She came through on it. So
we had plenty of people not only get the shirt for the team that they were on, but then buy the second shirt.
Yes.
So they're like, I got to have both.
Yeah.
True Shoofly fashion. So that being said, over the course of 3 weeks, every point went into your dojo's overall total. Street, tell us a little bit about the overall totals.
Well, it hurts my feelings to announce this because I'm very competitive and I want to win. However, Miyagi Dojo did come out on top. Their total points were 373, and then Cobra Kai at 345.
Yeah.
So, you know, at the end of the day, Cobra Kai was just too busy, like, out being cool and, you know, and mean and bullying.
Yeah.
And Miyagi Dojo picked up on that in the first week,
Yeah.
and they signed up to judge, and they did all this stuff, and then Cobra Kai was like, oh no, like, we have to do that too. So we were a little bit delayed, and that's okay. If it had been a 5-week open,
Yeah.
we would have.
y'all had trouble.
Cobra Kai was on the comeback on week 2 and week 3. It was starting to get heated to figure out who was signing up for things and like, did you max out your points or not? So
Yeah.
that was fun.
Absolutely.
All right, y'all. Well, after we finish up the Open at Shoofly, the world moves on with CrossFit competitions, and we start our Murph training. But we do have a few athletes that are moving forward into the quarterfinals, and the quarterfinals are taking the top 10% in North America or the region that you're in. So there's regions all over the world. And these will be online as well in our gyms. So they'll probably be hitting these workouts over the next, not this weekend, but next weekend, I think is when they start doing that. And we have 3 athletes that are moving forward in that top 10%. We've got Maria, Danielle, and Brad. And Stree would have been in there too if she wasn't so busy running the gym, right?
That's
right. I got you. So, which is really awesome. We get to watch them move forward and compete, and we can, do all that fun stuff. We'll probably be posting when they are doing the workouts. Maybe we can have some people out there cheering them on again to give them a good atmosphere to compete in. And then looking at the breakdown of the numbers here, what's really freaking cool, in the North America region, Maria finished in the top 0.8%. That's incredible. Dealey's not far behind in 1.8%. And then Brad is in the top 2% for his division, which is just really cool. The quarterfinals will begin the week of April 5th with the workouts being announced and beginning on Thursday, April 8th. We don't know any details yet about how many workouts, but they will be completed by Monday, April 12th. Oh, man.
Short window.
Short window.
Yeah, so like I said before, if you're interested in cheering them on, we're going to let you guys know when that is happening, and it'll be a good time for sure. Yeah.
And so with that, what we want to do is we want to put a cap and a bow on this whole Open experience for everybody. So should you tell them a little bit about this whole Open experience and what we feel from the Shoofly team?
We just really want to thank you guys for being the reason why this was so successful. I I think that after the past year that we've had and being away from each other and going through a pandemic, the Open was a great way for us to celebrate the comeback, right? And I could not be more happy with how this Open went. You guys displayed such great athleticism, but also just being a good teammate and being involved and really just jumping fully back into it. It was really awesome to watch. And it meant a lot to us, and we worked really hard on it, and to see you guys enjoy it is what it's all about. And so we look forward to doing, you know, really cool things in the future with the Open, but this one was particularly special coming back from a shutdown, and I just want to say thank you guys so much. And what I'm going to do is I want to leave you guys with some incredible moments. We got a lot of photos captured by Lindsay, who did a great job with shooting these photos and seeing you guys in action. And so thank you to our sponsors, thank you to our athletes, thank you to this whole great community, and let's enjoy some photos.